Hi, welcome to Proven Cures. I'm your host, Sarah McLeod. Today is the day after Christmas, Thursday, December 26, 2019, and you are tuned into part 4 of my Science Behind Aging Backwards series. So, as I promised previously, this final video is just going to share with you some clinical trial results of Astaxanthin being tested internally and topically, actually, to see how it affects skin elasticity and moisture retention. So I didn't have to do a lot of digging. I mentioned this clinical review in one of my earlier videos, probably the first video. And the clinical review is titled Astaxanthin in Skin Health, Repair and Disease, a comprehensive review. It is published in a journal called Nutrients, and the authors are Sergio Davinelli, Michael E. Nielsen and Giovanni Scapagnini. It was actually published April 22nd of 2018. So if you want to go to pubmed.gov and look this review up for yourself, you can. The review actually covers quite a few clinical trials. I'm going to try to hold this up so you can see it for yourself. It covers a few human intervention studies, but I'm just going to cover 4 of them. I don't know how good you could actually see that because I'm in my car and the lighting isn't so great. But I'm going to, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I have 5 good studies here that I just want to share with you quite quickly. In the first study, 49 healthy women were recruited to enroll. Their mean age, their average age of all women was 47. So they all hovered around that age range. And after receiving astaxanthin at 2 milligrams per day for 6 weeks, all were perceived to have had a reduction in the width of their wrinkles. Skin moisture went up, and so did skin elasticity. That study was actually, the author of that study is Yamashita, and that was published in 2006. So the reason why I'm telling you that is so if you do decide to pull up this review, okay, if you go to pubmed.gov and you type in this title and you see that it's published in Nutrients, if you go to find the full text copy of this document and you want to see what these studies are, who published them, and you want to quickly, review them for yourself or pull them up, the back of this review has its own bibliography or list of references. So many pages. I just want to show you what it looks like. Right? So this is the list of, oh, this is terrible. This is the list of references here. And they start on page 8 and go back about 4 pages. They're not necessarily in alphabetical order, but if you look for these last names of the authors, and the last names are actually printed first, so that makes it a bit easier for you, you'll be able to find the individual studies for yourself if you choose to. So the first study that I shared was published by Yamashita, and I'm sure there are co-publishers with that, but that's the first name there. So the second study was published on astaxanthin, that's covered in this review, was done in 2009. Author's name was Tominaga. It's another Japanese name. And in this study, they recruited 28 healthy women between the ages of 20 and 55. They were all given 6 milligrams of astaxanthin over an 8-week period. And after 8 weeks, once again, the depth and width of wrinkles was found to decrease, whereas elasticity of skin increased. In another study, in this third study that I'm going to share, 2 milligrams per day, 6 weeks, 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 6 we This was published in 2014. The first author's name is Yoon, Y-O-O-N. And in this study, 44 healthy women were recruited, and they were given both astaxanthin and the hydrolyzed collagen that I discussed in the last video of this series. They were given them together, which is what I am actually recommending, because that's part of my personal anti-aging regimen that I'm sharing with you. I take both the collagen and the astaxanthin, and this particular study did the same. It administered 2 milligrams of each, the astaxanthin and the collagen, to these 44 women over a 12-week period. And after 12 weeks, what was found that viscoelasticity of the skin went up, transepidermal water loss, the loss of hydration through the skin, went down. Pro-collagen type 1, the collagen fibers that make up the dermis of the skin, increased. And the enzymes that cause oxidative stress, known as MMPs or matrix metalloproteinases, decreased. In fact, MMP1 and MMP12 both were found to go down after having taken the collagen and astaxanthin supplements for 12 consecutive weeks. In another study that was published in 2012, the author's name again is Tominaga. 30 healthy women were given both 6 milligrams of astaxanthin to take by mouth every day, and 2 milliliters of astaxanthin to apply directly to their skin topically, to their skins topically. After 8 weeks of this administration, wrinkles decreased, the size of age spots on their skin decreased. Now, the thing about that, I don't have the ages for these 30 women. I don't know what their age range was, but they did have age spots. So I think it's safe to assume that at least some of them were elderly, because age spots normally come with the senior years. And the size of those spots went down, the skin elasticity increased, and the texture of the skin got denser, so it became firmer. Okay, and that was after 8 weeks of using taking the astaxanthin at 6 milligrams by mouth, and also having it applied topically to the skin at the same time. And then in the final study that I want to share, was also published in 2012 by the same author, Tominaga. This study was done in men separately, because it appears most of these anti-aging studies, women are recruited, which kind of makes sense if you think about, marketing. Most skincare and anti-aging is marketed towards the female consumer, but that doesn't mean that men don't care how they look, and they should be, of course, included in these studies. So I was glad to see this, and even though I don't have the age range for these participants, it was still noteworthy to share. So 36 men were recruited in this study. They were given 6 milligrams of astaxanthin to take by mouth per day, and after 6 weeks, they were noted to have a decrease in wrinkles, an increase in skin elasticity, decrease in water loss through the skin, an increase in moisture content, and a decrease in sebum oil. That oily coat that you get on top of your skin, that went down. So that concludes this 4-part series on the science behind aging backwards. By all means, leave your comments. Thank you so much, my new subscriber from Australia. I know you were waiting for me to finish this. I actually had a full day of work today on Boxing Day. United States does not honor Boxing Day, so we don't get the day off. So I had to work and then get to this. So tell me if you found this helpful. If you start the regimen, let me know how it works for you. It works great for me. Like, share, subscribe, and look out for actually found some really good information today from a doctor known as Dr. Bruce Fife, I believe is his name, and he was talking about supplementing the diet with coconut oil to both prevent and treat Alzheimer's. So I'm looking into that. That might be the next video. If that's not the next video will be on treating borderline cholesterol problems. Okay, so yeah, like, share, subscribe, and leave comments. I love talking to you guys. My email is provencures@gmail.com. On IG, I am proven_cures. Okay, thank you. And if I don't make another video before 2020, have a happy new year and be blessed.